We love winning. We love winning trophies. This was a special one. We made history. The first team ever to do it, and it's not easy to make history because so much history has been made already in the club. So we're very proud, and it fuels us. This is the first trophy of the year, and it fuels us to win more. So we're really happy and proud, but we want more.
Do you have to work on it fueling the players and the staff, or does that just happen naturally because it is such a big one?
I think it's constant work of everyone, players, staff, everyone in the club. It's there, of course, the natural drive is there, and the motivation, of course, when you play for Arsenal, and these players have made it all the way, and they have high motivation to win. So of course it's there, but what we need to work with is that it's triggered and it's alive in the right way in the environment, and that's what we try to do every day.
Great timing as well, because if you are going to be given a boost by making a bit of history, who better to get that boost ahead of than Manchester City?
Well, they also had a big boost in their win against Chelsea, so I think it's two really good teams going against each other, believing in themselves. So it will be a big contest on Sunday, so we look forward to it, and we want and need 3 points.
You played there, but I think you got the game in hand as well, and didn't enjoy yourself. So this massive gap, which makes us all think it's a battle for second place. I'm sure you don't think that way. You could reduce that to a lot smaller margin, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So we have the Leicester fixture that will be played later. What it is about for us at this moment in time is this game and what we can do in this game. That's most important. And then we'll see at the end what it means for the table. All we know is that this game we want to get the 3 points, and the league is really tight this year again. Of course, City have done really well with only one loss so far, so they've been amazing in what they've been achieving every single week. But yeah, we go for the win on Sunday.
Anil was in the squad, wasn't she, for the FIFA match, but didn't play any minutes. How near is she to getting some time?
Yeah, so she's close. She was available for a short block of minutes. We chose to not do it. We had other players ready as well. Of course, with another week of training, she's ready for more minutes, so she'll be available on Sunday.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Art.
Hi, René. With another trophy win, I guess it shows the talent in the team to be able to win those kind of bits of silverware. I was just wondering, in terms of the fuel that you mentioned, how do you, I guess, change that from cup competitions to like a complete league campaign where there's consistency week by week?
Yeah, so I think I've mentioned it here before and internally as well. It's the draws in the league that we need to turn into wins, and we need to be consistent. I think if I look at the here and now in the different competitions where we have been active in since January, I think the big moment for us was post Man United, where we unfortunately lose 1-0 and go out of the cup. But the response since then, and how the group was resilient and kept on believing in what we're doing, into their own strengths, and we're so motivated to get things right. Since then, that's been a big turning point for us, and we want to continue to build on that positive momentum.
And this might be a bit of a random one, but there's a lot of people noticing, obviously Arsene Wenger was handing out the medals on the weekend, and I was wondering whether you managed to get a word of advice from him or anything like that.
We just exchanged some words on the stage. I didn't see him afterwards, unfortunately. He's been one of my big inspirations. I watched his team play when he coached Arsenal, so I didn't know he was going to be there. So when I saw him at the stage, it was a special moment for me, and he handed out the medals to us.
Thanks, Art. Stephen.
Hi, René. This weekend, Arsenal supporting the Defend Your Tomorrow campaign to raise awareness of the symptoms of cervical cancer. Why is that so important to the club?
I think we can make an impact from who we are and who we can reach out to in society. So we want to stand for this, and we support the campaign. It affects a lot of people. It's affected players, staff as well. So we know what it means, and we want to do everything to support the campaign.
And just a question on the atmosphere at the stadium as well. Obviously, supporters got the team over the line against Corinthians. How important will they be this weekend?
Yeah, it was amazing because I think we had to be resilient. We had to deal with the circumstances, with the different phases of the game, the late equalizer and then going into extra time. But the fans had to be resilient as well, and they were with us. They were just as mentally strong as the players on the pitch. And I think they fueled the players. And I'm so happy that we won the game and could give them the goal and the win and then celebrate in the rain afterwards. But everyone was staying, and we had that special moment with the fans again. So yeah, it's so special and it's so important for us. So yeah, let's bring all the energy again on Sunday together.
Great, we'll come through to the call now. Rose?
Hi, Renee. Sorry, happy belated birthday is what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Just confirming how Anneke Bob is and if Daphne is ready to play if needed.
Yeah, Daphne's ready to play. Anneke threw her body on the line to save that chance in the final seconds of extra time. She went to hospital to get checked. She came home the same evening and she's resting up now. She won't be available on Sunday.
Understandably. And I just wanted to ask you about Viv. We're both Dutch, so it's the question I have to ask. She, of course, played as a striker for Arsenal a lot. She was moved into the 10 as well. You've played with her. What do you make of her in the 10 position for City?
I think she's always been, when I played with her, she was a false 9, 9-10. She would always play in the 9. I actually played behind her in the 10. She's such an intelligent player. The way she sees things, spaces. It was a pleasure for me to play with her. I learned a lot from her, even though she was younger than me when we played together in the national team. I think that says something about Viv. I think she does really well in the 10 role. I think she picks up spaces really well. She has so much quality on the ball to be able to set other players up. So I think she's performing really well for City.
Okay, and just lastly from me, is there any clarity on when the Australian players will leave for the Asia Cup?
Yeah, so at the moment we have our last game of the block against Bristol, and after that they will travel.
Okay, thanks, and I'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Renee. Just before my question to pick up on the last bit of team use, is there any clarity on how long Taylor Hines might be out for yet?
The swelling had to go down, so she had an ankle injury. Swelling has gone down really well, and so we'll have to see how she keeps on progressing. But in the first couple of days, the first week, it's gone really well. But I can't give you a prognosis yet, but it's looking good. Yeah.
And question on Manchester City. When I look at the league table, about try and think of reasons they're so far ahead. The goals scored column really kind of jumps out, and actually people's focus on the attackers they've got, but one of the big things they've done is they're really good at set pieces this season, and I wonder when you're playing such an effective team on set pieces, I know you always prepare that, but does anything extra come into that, and maybe does even that factor into your starting lineup?
Those things always factor in how we make decisions. We would always train them, the set pieces ahead of every game. I think this is a big area that's grown in the game as well. How different teams have different strengths. I think there's a lot of teams in the WSL with set piece power. So we always have to prepare accordingly. And the same is for City. They've scored the most corner goals in the league so far, and they have their targets. So we'll have to manage that really well, and ideally not conceding too many corners, of course.
Thanks, Renee. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Thanks, Tim. Max?
Hi, Renee. Yeah, just a similar question on Manchester City. Obviously, a lot of the games Arsenal played against City recently, they've been quite end-to-end, and it almost feels like the team that's won has been the team that's sort of maximised their dominant spells in the game. And I was just wondering, are you expecting a similar game on Sunday, and do you enjoy kind of being in end-to-end contests as opposed to one where maybe you're just trying to break the other team down for 90 minutes?
It's different, yes. Spaces will be more open. that means that there's space for both teams, but I think both teams will also be very aware to wanting to close down certain spaces for opposition because there's so much quality on the pitch, both ends. But me personally, I look forward to this game. I always do, every single game. We faced quite some low blocks that we had to break down. I can imagine that City will come down in low blocks at times as well, just like us. But there will be more moments of other phases in the game which we have to manage well, where we have qualities, and they as well, of course. So I look forward to the game.
And secondly, just on this block of fixtures that Arsenal are in right now, obviously it's been quite relentless in terms of the amount of games played, and even after this game on Sunday, you've got 2 legs of the Champions League coming up, there's FA Cup not too far away as well. Have you found that to be this whole block to be a bit more challenging than other ones in terms of just how you've had to manage the squad in terms of like load management, fitness, etc.?
Now I'm giving a boring answer, but I think every phase of the season has its challenges. I think we are in a good rhythm as a team. I think a lot of players are performing. There's been very short turnarounds at the first part of this block. Now we had a longer turnaround, a week leading into City, and now the short turnarounds will start again. But the squad is managing it really well. So always recovering, recharging, getting ready, playing their roles. So that's all really positive at the moment. So I'm not necessarily seeing it as a challenge. I personally like it to be working towards games all the time. But yeah, what's really important is that we do really well with load management, and we think about the players' health and getting them in optimal situations to perform.
Yeah, thanks, Renee. See you someday.
See you.
Thanks, Max. Helen.
Hi, Renee. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I hope you finished your birthday cake now. With Stina, obviously, and Alessia, I think on Sunday.
All right. Yeah, Stina is the person in the whole world, I think, that I've celebrated most birthdays with. So yeah,
it's the same day.
It's the same day.
Anyway, enough of all that stuff. Stop celebrating. When I saw City play at London City recently, they played a completely different way, and I think maybe that's the same with both Manchester clubs. They're very much more conservative when they play away than they play at home, and maybe they can get caught a little bit behind the way they play, and Hasegawa takes a different role. And I wondered if you noticed that, because Izzy Goodwin caught them out many times for London City, and probably should have scored twice. She hit the bar and the post.
Yeah, I think I obviously watch the games. I've seen the moments. I can't tell with what mindset City is going to go into this game. I would believe that they're very happy with the way they're performing, and they want to keep on going with these performances and doing the things they're doing. And I think what they do really well is their high press and creating chances from there. So I don't know what they will do coming to the Emirates, coming to play against us in front of 40,000. I don't know. We'll see. But I think what all teams do nowadays is you're good at any phase of the game. So I think the game will be played in different phases.
And the last one from me is someone like Hasegawa, who pulls the strings. She's like their magician, I guess. How on earth do you neutralise a player like that who is everywhere all at once?
Yeah, and I think she's not the only one. They have a lot of players that can do something for them. Yeah, we put a good plan in place defensively for ourselves. But what's important for us as well is knowing how good we are on the ball and what we can create. So yeah, it will be a nice battle with two really good teams with a lot of good football players on the pitch.
Brilliant, thanks. See you on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Thanks, Helen. Joe?
Hi Renee, nice to see you. I just wanted to take you back to last weekend. Your players obviously had to dig in very deeply last weekend to make sure you got over the line. I'm wondering what qualities in particular you saw from your side in the rain against Corinthians, and how you think those qualities will help you achieve, because there's still plenty of things on the line for you this season.
Yeah, the main one standing out for us in our analysis and our review is the mental strength of the players, because we knew we were going to be challenged with potential disruptions in the game and start-stop scenarios in the game, fouls, set pieces, anywhere on the pitch, and then including the circumstances, the technology that was being used. So we knew that we had to be really good to stay in the game and stay leveled, stay in the controlled middle, and that's probably the one area that I'm most happy with. The penalty happens at the very end of the second half, and all of a sudden we have to go into extra time, but the way the players picked that up, how they just stayed very leveled in the moment, focusing on what they had to do on the task, not getting emotional. There was no panic. They were just on the task, on the job, and they did that together. That's the part that impressed me the most.
Thanks. And the only other question was about Manchester City. They're the only team to have beaten you in the WSL this year, as you know. And you mentioned before about draws being the reason why you're not, level with them in the league. I'm wondering what your memory of that defeat in Manchester, what your main memory of that game is, and how that, if any way, shaped you heading into this one.
Of course, there's takeaways from that game from many perspectives. I think it was a really good game of football. They win it. I think the season before, there's also quite some goals, and we win it. So those are the type of games against City, and there's of course a lot of learnings from that game, and they will also look at the game and see what they can learn from it, how they want to deal with things or exploit things, and that's what we are doing at the moment as well. So as I said, I look forward to it. All processes are the same. We analyze the opposition. We always look at the game that we've played before and what they've been doing, and then we look at ourselves and all the good things that we are doing at the moment as well that we want to bring to the game. So that's no different, and I look forward to Sunday.
Good luck. So it should be a great game. Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Last one, Izzy.
Hi Renee, just want to ask about Lotte Wubben-Moy, because she's been getting some good minutes recently, and we've seen her in previous seasons matching up quite well and keeping Bunny Shaw quite quiet. Is that something you've been working on this week with her?
We do everything as a team, but what is really important is the physical side of the game as well against City. It's important for us. We want to have good structures, we want to have good systems in place, but then at the end of the day it's also about what the individual can bring to a game in form of a duel, both attacking and defensively. So it is going to be a good or a key area in the game, because there's so many good players on the pitch. So yeah, it will be important. So not only against Bunny Shaw, we know her qualities, but anywhere on the pitch.
And sorry, just finally, you mentioned something about 40,000. Is that how many tickets that have sold for this weekend?
That is my understanding, yes. So that's great. There will be so many Arsenal fans in the stadium.
Perfect. Thank you. See you on Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.